Hello friends, today we are going to study another type of incentive plan which is based on productivity, that is merit plan. This merit plan is used in most of the organization nowadays as companies are moving from time based incentive to production based incentive. This gives flexibility to employees as well as the management, as this does not require any sort of micromanagement for the employees. So if you are into HR and if you are planning to implement some incentive plan to the organization, then I'll prefer you should go with merit plan as it is on productivity. However, again the challenge will come that you have to do a time motion study properly in the organization so that you can make the standard of the organization or standard output that is expected for from the employee, that you have to set before implementing anything. Merit plan is similar to Taylor's plan. However, Taylor has divided an employee or the incentive into two parts. First part is between 0 to 80% and second is 80 to 100%. But Merrick has divided the employee's efficiency into three parts. First is between 0 to 83%, 83 to 100, and third will be 100 plus. Between 0 to 83, employee are not getting any sort of extra bonuses uh, to be given. It will be the salary rate that has been decided as per the unit that they have achieved. Second is if they are falling in this category, then they'll get a bonus of 10%. If they are falling into this category, then they'll be getting a bonus of 20%. We have a formula to count the total earning of an employee, but to decide the employee falls into which part or which category, we have to find out the efficiency first. To get the efficiency, we have to divide the actual output upon standard output into percentage. So 100 we have to multiply with. Now we have an example. The standard output that has been set for the organization is 15 units. Rate is 2 per unit. Employee A finishes 6 unit, B 13, and this is employee C which finishes 16 unit in a particular time frame. When I talk about time frame, the time frame will be 8 hours for all, or 9 hours for all, or 10 hours, whatever company has decided, but the hours will be same for everyone. Now as I said that first we have to find out the efficiency. For efficiency, A 6 upon 15 is our standard output that has been set. So 6 upon 15, it will come as 40. B is 13 upon 15, it comes as 86%. This is 40%, 86%, and this is 106%. So here, if you see this, employee A falls into category 1, employee B who is achieving 86%, they are falling into this category, and employee C is falling into this third category. Now while calculating the earnings of the employee, here we are getting efficiency is 40. Here just make sure that we should not use percentage while calculating the efficiency. Here we have to just use the efficiency, not the percentage one. So it will be 40 into piece rate is 2 into null, as there is no bonus to be given to this employee. So result is 80 maybe rupees, we can say. Earning for B will be 86, as this is the efficiency for him, into 2 into, now as I said that he should be get a benefit of 10%, but 10% of what? Up 10% of his achievement. So it won't be only 10, it will be 110 upon 100. So that comes as 172 into 1.1, 173.1 rupees. When we talk about earning of C, here it is more than 100%. So he'll be getting a bonus of 20%. So while calculating, we'll get 106 into 2 into 120 upon 100 is equal to 212 into 1.2, that is 254.4 rupees. With this example, we can clearly see that an employee has achieved more than 100%, so he's getting the maximum bonus. B is in bit, he has achieved his is getting bonus better than A, and A has no bonus given as he has not achieved 83% of the job assigned. So this is our maximum amount achieved, or the maximum bonus got for the employee.